Hello, everybody. Roger Williams here. Listen, I know I haven't made a video in a while, but I just wanted to share something with you. I was talking to a guy earlier, and he said something. He said something that kind of got me thinking. And he was just talking, and he said, you know what, man? He said, I'm tired. I'm tired. I said, yeah, I hear you, brother. He said, no. He said, I'm tired of the routine. He said, I feel like a robot. He said, because I'm doing the same thing every single day. And I said, wow. So I want to ask you the question. Are you tired? Are you tired of the routine? Are you tired? Let me tell you what I mean. On Monday morning, you wake up, you get dressed, you go to work, you come home, you eat dinner, you watch TV, you go to bed. Tuesday, you wake up, you get dressed, you go to work, you come home, you eat dinner, you watch TV, you go to bed. Wednesday, you wake up, you get dressed, you go to work, you come home, you watch TV, you go to bed. Thursday, you see how tired I'm getting? You wake up, you get dressed, you go to work, you come home, you eat dinner, you watch TV, you go to bed. Friday, thank God it's Friday. You wake up, you get dressed, you go to work, you come home, you watch TV, and it's the weekend. It's the weekend. You let loose a little bit. You go out, you have a good time, you do whatever it is you do on the weekends. But then Sunday comes and you start getting down. You start getting a little depressed. You know why? Because you're about to start that cycle. You're about to start that same routine all over again. And most people spend 30 and 40 years of their life doing the same exact thing. Why is that? Well, I'm going to tell you why in a minute. But I was watching a interview that Oprah Winfrey did on this lady not long ago, and she said something very interesting. The lady was about 68 years old, and she said, listen, she said, I know I'm coming to the end of my life. She said, but death is not what scares me. Death doesn't scare me. She said, what really bothers me, what really scares me more than death is regret. Getting to the end of my life and looking back on all the things that I should have done and could have done when I had the time and when I had the energy. You know, Dr. Miles Monroe made an interesting point when he said that one of the greatest tragedies in life is not death. He said it's living without a purpose. And you have a purpose. So let me ask you a question. What's really in your heart? What's really in your heart? If I asked each and every one of you, what would you rather be doing right now rather than waking up in the morning and going to your job? The job that you currently have. What would you rather be doing rather than waking up and going to your job every morning? And I know I've talked to quite a few of you. I've gotten emails from people who said, you know what, I would love to start a business. I would love to start a nonprofit. I would love to write a book. I've always wanted to write a book. Some said I would love to travel. And I love motivating people and inspiring people. I would love to start speaking. I would love to do those things. So my question is, why aren't you doing them? Why aren't you doing the things that really bring fulfillment in your life? Well, wait a minute. I know what you're thinking. You're probably saying, well, you look, I got a job. I work long hours. I have kids. By the time I get home, I'm whipped. I'm tired. And the truth is, I would love to start a business. The truth is, I would love to write a book. But when I get home, I'm too tired to write. When I'm home, I'm too tired to work on a business. I'm tired. Well, you see that right there is the difference between successful people and people who are not successful. That's why my favorite book says, narrow is the path that leads to life. and only a few are going to find it. Not because it's hidden. It's not hidden. He said only a few people are going to find life because only a few people are willing to do the things today that others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. You know, I think the problem is that we're not creating anything in our life that wakes us up with excitement to start our day. I'm going to say that one more time. Most people are not creating anything in their life that causes them to wake up with excitement to start their day. If you knew how powerful that was, you'd be writing it down right now. I'm going to say it one more time. Most people aren't creating anything in their life that's causing them to wake up in the morning with excitement to start their day. It's called purpose. And most people don't have anything in their life that they're going after that's bigger than where they are. I urge you today, don't settle for where you are. Now, if you like where you are in your life right now, if you don't want no more, if you don't want to grow anymore, if you don't want to see how far you can push your potential, if you don't want to stretch or expand your mind any further than where you are, you're comfortable where you are, then this message is not for you. But if you believe that life has more for you, if you believe that there's more in store for your life, if you believe that you have not reached your full potential, that you can do more than what you're doing right now, then this message is for you. I urge you. Let me tell you something. The reason why I believe most people are not progressing in their life is because of the story that they keep telling themselves on a regular basis. Most people think that they're too old, or it's too late for me to start a business. Most people think, well, you know, I don't have enough money. I can't start a business right now. Well, I'll wait till my kids graduate, and I don't have what it takes, and I'm not smart enough, and I can't do that, and I don't have the time, and I don't have the energy. And you keep coming up with all of these excuses for why you can't, when the reality is they need to be your reasons why you should. Don't get to the end of your life and look back and say, I should have did that. I should have started that business. I wonder what could have happened if I would have just took the risk, if I would have took the chance and did something different with my life. But I spent 35 years, I spent 40 years on a job that I didn't even want to be at. A job that I wasn't even passionate about. I spent 40 years of my life, 30 years of my life doing something that I didn't want to do. People wake up every single day and do something that they don't want to do, but you have the power to change that. Work on your job. I get it. You don't like your job. You don't want to be there. Work on your job. But sometimes, you know, we got to do things we don't want to do until we're able to do what we want to do. I get that. Work on your job full time. But when you're home, work on what you're really passionate about. Work on what really fulfills you part-time until your part-time can become your full-time work. And when you do that, I guarantee you, you're going to look back and say, I'm so glad I took the risk. I'm so glad that I took the chance on myself. I'm so glad that I made the investment in myself. You know, I was in New York not long ago, and I was at the Foot Locker down in Times Square. Couldn't believe it. Line was wrapped around the building. So I walked up to one of the guys standing in line, random guy. I didn't even know him. I said, hey, man, what is there, a celebrity in there or something? Why are you guys in line? He said, oh, man, we've been here all night. The new Kanye West sneakers. I said, excuse me? He said, yeah, we in line to get the new Kanye West sneakers. I don't even remember what the name of them are. With the name of them, I don't remember the name of them, but he said that's what they were in line for. The line was wrapped around the building. They slept outside all night long for some sneakers. You go, the iPhone is coming out in November, right? It's going up to $1,000, the iPhone X. Watch how many people sleep outside just to be the first ones to get the phone. Watch how many people who can't even barely afford to take care of themselves, save up and scrape and borrow just to get the new iPhone. It's funny how we invest so much money in material things, but we never invest in ourselves. We never invest in our own future. And that's why most people who retire, I ask anybody who tells me they're getting ready to retire, I always ask this question. So what's your next move? What are you going to do next with your life? You know what they say? Man, I'm going to enjoy my life. I said, well, what does that mean? What are you going to do? He said, well, I'll probably get a little part-time job or something, but I'm going to enjoy my life. I said, well, brother, you ain't retiring. You just exchanged punching one clock for another one.